Hey Giants fans, Grump here with a new episode of The Defining Drive, the all-22 look at the drives that defined and directly influenced the result of the game. Today we're going to do the Week 5 game against Dallas, and I chose probably the drive that best defines the first 5 games of the Giants' 2021 season. This drive had just about everything that made up this season, and it's the first half touchdown drive that ended in a Jones concussion. Of course, first, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter at football_Grump. Check out the podcast episodes with my co-host, Cranky Fan. They're twice a week. Okay, whatever. Here comes the drive. We're going to start this one 1st and 10 from the Giants' 12, and we're going to try a run first because this is Jason Garrett's offense, and we're going to do it with 11 personnel here with the everybody's kind of in tight here, right? And this does not really work too well. We only gain about 1 yard here. It's not blocked well, really, between the center and left guard, which is Wes Martin in this drive. But the cutback is wide open. It's just that Nate Solder sucks. So you'll see Caden Smith move across the formation to take the backside. Nate Solder just gets trucked by Micah Parsons. And, it's not really supposed to go there. And I'll pause it in just a second here. Okay. Nate Solder's beat immediately. I think this is supposed to go between left guard and left tackle here. But the cutback behind Nate Solder is kind of open because of Caden Smith. I don't know. This play is a mess. It's not blocked well. I can't imagine that the aiming point there where it looks open. That's just the cutback. Nate Solder gets blown into the aiming point. That's no good. So 2nd and 9 from the 13. This is going to be a pass play. Obviously something that works better for us. I don't know why we continue to try to run all the time. We're going to run it out of the exact same formation, though, which I actually think is cool. It shows that we are diverse out of the same formation. So we're going to get a flat route from CJ Board, a curl route from Kenny Golladay, and Kadarius Toney is going to run a quick out, and Caden Smith is going to run into the flat here. And what this does is they're in zone coverage. This pulls this flat defender. Caden Smith pulls the flat defender away from Kadarius Toney, who just, now you're just kind of looking at Toney's athleticism versus just about every player on the secondary for Dallas. You're going to get a mismatch there one-on-one, so it's just a timing thing. And he uses his outside leverage along with that, along with his speed and athleticism to get open. And you get a quick 5 yards. Now, why we couldn't run that on first down and get yourself into a 2nd and 5, I don't know. But whatever. So now we're at 3rd and 4. From the 18, we're going to throw another pass. This is 11-4 formation with Ingram isolated to the right here. We're going to get Kadarius Toney on a drag route across the middle here. And we're going to kind of clear everything else out. So Ingram's going to clear out over here to allow for room for Toney to run into. And you're going to get a deep comeback from John Ross. And Kenny Golladay is going to run a dig route. So we're just kind of trying to isolate Kadarius Toney as much as possible and give him some room to run. And you can see, forget for a moment all of that. The blocking is terrible. This was kind of Jones' only option anyway. But, this play works to success. This is exactly what we needed. I guess the issue isn't so much, Nate Solder, Jesus. Nate Solder gets pushed back. Sorry. We're going to look at this really quickly. Randy Gregory is on Wes Martin, and that's a tough ask for Wes Martin. But he doesn't do a bad job. It's just that Nate Solder does so bad that Jones has to run away from Solder's guy, number 97 here, that he ends up running into Randy Gregory's pass rush. There's room here. It's just look at how quickly Nate Solder's in his face. And the action's all going this way, so we kind of had to run into the rush. So congratulations to Randy Gregory, who gets a free pressure. Thanks. You can send Nate Solder your check. But whatever, 1st and 10 now, and we're going to run a play here. I'm not going to dissect it because it gains 5 yards, but it's also too many men on the field for Dallas, and we take the penalty, so whatever. So we get to a 1st and 5 from the 32, which is pretty awesome. It's awesome because you get the penalty, but also they gain 5 yards anyway. You just get the free down. And this is also going to be a huge play. This is a pass play. We're in 11 personnel. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to pause here. We're in 11 personnel again on the next play here. And we're going to start with Kadarius Toney in the backfield. And what he's going to do is motion out. And it causes all kinds of chaos in addition to showing that they are, in fact, in cover one coverage here. So in man coverage, you can see this guy's being pulled by Kadarius Toney, and this creates all kinds of mayhem. So what's actually going to happen here is you're going to get a slant out of Evan Ingram here. And this is RPO. So John Ross and Kenny Golladay, they're not really even running routes. It becomes, are you going to run or are you going to throw? Your throwing options are Evan Ingram or Kadarius Toney into the flat. But what ends up happening is the guy who's covering Kadarius Toney ends up colliding with the guy covering Evan Ingram, and it just leaves the whole middle of the field wide open. Look at this shit. This is all on this one single high safety right now. I would like Evan Ingram to try and turn this upfield instead of running into a collection of 3 defenders over here, but it's okay. I will take this no matter what. What I find kind of interesting, though, and we're going to see it better at this angle, is that forget the throw to Evan Ingram, too. I'm going to pause in just a second. Look at what this motion does for Daniel Jones. Let's pretend that those 2 defenders don't collide. Look at how much space is there for him to run, especially with Devontae Booker moving out of the backfield and pulling 26 over here into coverage. This is a well-executed play, and it shows what creativity and using the skill set of Kadarius Toney can do for this offense and how much it helps. I mean, even if the play doesn't work for Evan Ingram, there's room for Daniel Jones to pick up some yards on 1st and 5. All he's got to do is pick up 5 yards. He's going to pick up more than that. So we move into 1st and 10 from the 50, and we're going to run a running play now as we get a little bit conservative. But this works really well, and this is a really, really simple play. You just get center and left guard are going to double up. Right guard and right tackle are going to double up, and then your center and your right guard are going to move up to the next level and just clear a path right up the center for Booker. And you can see it already worked really well. And they seal off. This is all pretty good, and this really just comes down to Wes Martin can't sustain his block long enough for Booker to hit the proper hole, but he does have room to escape off here to the right, and he does. He breaks a tackle. He shouldn't have had to, but, I mean, who am I going to be to complain about that? And I'll show you why Wes Martin struggled a little bit here. He doesn't get nearly enough help from Billy Price that he absolutely should. So you're going to see Billy Price and Will Hernandez are going to do basically the same thing in opposite directions. They're going to nudge a guy and then move up to the next level. Hernandez is going to take 42, and Price is going to take 11. But Price, instead of really giving a shove to number 91 here, he just kind of plays tag and moves on. And it puts Wes Martin into a bad position now, because you can see he's got his helmet in the right leverage here, number 91, to get inside. And what that ends up doing is he gets a hand in there, and it's just enough to force Booker out of the designed hole. Does it make a difference? Probably not, because Booker breaks a tackle. But again, the tiny things in execution make the biggest difference here. We were fortunate that Booker was able to do more than he's ever really asked. I mean, I guess breaking one tackle is something a running back should do. And so we are now down at the 36, and we go into the same formation. And what do? We're going to run the same fucking play. But this is read option. So just because you run the same play twice doesn't mean that you're going to actually execute the exact same way. Daniel Jones is going to read number 27 here, Curse, and see if he stays true to his assignment or not. He does. Look, he stays here. He's keeping the edge. Daniel Jones can't keep this one and run, so he's got to give it to Booker. All of this here in the middle is a mess. And I'm not going to criticize this. I'm okay with running the exact same. I subscribe to the philosophy of if you can't stop it, I'll keep running it, especially on a read option. The theme of the drive, it seems, will be will beating you on one variation of the play cause you to overreact and expose you on this other variation of the play. Either way, Dallas plays assignment ball, and they thoroughly clogged the middle here. Ingram has kind of a tough time. Hernandez is slow getting out of his stance. All of that contributes to this just being a damn mess. I mean, this is probably enough for Booker to hit the hole as fast as he can and hope. But nobody's getting off their blocks here. Billy Price isn't getting off his block. Wes Martin's not getting off. Hernandez isn't getting off. And to top it all up, Evan Ingram gets beat inside. So this is a mess. But I'm okay with running the same play twice, especially when it worked for 14 yards the play before. So now we're at 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard gain, and we're going to run power. We got 3 tight ends over here. We got Eli Penny in the backfield. And Wes Martin's going to pull and act as a lead blocker. Will Hernandez is going to try and work his way to the second level and seal off him, I think. It kind of works. Evan Ingram's block isn't really effective, but it's not entirely his fault. We'll see it better from the other angle here. Caden Smith is supposed to get through him, and he kind of sort of dances to get into position on his guy, and it sort of fucks up Ingram's first punch. But really, Ingram shouldn't be punching, he should be driving. So it's kind of both. But you can see he's trying to get in right position on Micah Parsons here to wall him off. And he impedes all of this. Ingram's got to drive, though. He shouldn't be punching. He's got to lock it in, don't let go, and just move your feet. He doesn't. And so, whatever. Will Hernandez doesn't get to 42 in time. Okay, but, Booker can run 42 to the edge if he needs to, but he can't because Ingram's guy makes the tackle. So now it's 3rd and 4. This is a super cool play. I really love this play, and it worked really, really well. And I think what makes it so cool is that I think they're running a variation off of what they did the week before against the Saints, which was to run a guy into the zone. In this case, Kenny Golladay is going to run a slant, and Kadarius Toney, for instance, would run into the zone right after him. So Golladay runs into the zone, whoever's covering the zone works with him, and then there's a void right behind him. But instead what we run is Toney's going to run that slant action and then stop and come back. Also, John Ross is going to kind of just run air quotes, a corner route, but really he's just going to wipe this guy out of the play. And, Galladay's going to work into the slant, Toney's going to work back, and there's going to be a dig route here from, I think that's Kyle Rudolph up at the top. This guy here, he's acting like they're in too high, and he's going to go into this zone. But he's going to end up kind of... I'm not going to say following. It's because this guy rushed us, by the way. I'm not going to say he's following Kenny Golladay, but all this action down makes it harder to break down on Toney. You can see they're all around him, but he's got not only a lane, but he's got stop and start ability, where they're kind of already in downward momentum. And it works to pretty good effect. If Kyle Rudolph has a slightly better block, there's a touchdown. If Kadarius Toney runs a little bit more to the right, it's probably a touchdown if he just steps the correct way. But either way, it's a 28-yard gain. I'm not going to get on anybody's case for the way this is run. I actually think the correct read right here is to go to Golladay, but this play is probably designed to... Because, I know he's already throwing and he's biting on this, but Golladay, the way he was flat-footed in the zone, Golladay is going to beat him. But this is probably designed for Toney, and it works anyway, so I'm not going to shit all over it. Like I'm about to shit over the next 4 plays. The Giants get down to the 2-yard line, and they pop a blood vessel in my eye. They do line up in what's a pretty cool formation here. Now, the context that's missing from the All-22 film here is that they already lined up and ran this play, but Dallas called timeout. And they kind of mock ran the play. The execution all started. This is a very simple play. That's a cool formation. So this is a 3 tight end set, but Kyle Rudolph is going to act as your left tackle over here, and Nate Solder is going to be your jumbo tight end on the right side next to Matt Parrott. And then you have Evan Ingram, and you have Caden Smith, and you have Eli Penny acting as a fullback, and Devontae Booker's in the backfield, and you're just going to run power to the right. It doesn't work, and I couldn't tell if it was Ingram or Penny at first that was blocking the wrong guy, and I'm pretty sure it was Penny. You're going to see Micah Parsons knife into the backfield here. And Penny, he's like, I'm the lead blocker. I'm supposed to be blocking the lead guy. Just hit this guy who's in the backfield. Hit him. You're not blocking anybody. You block nobody. So Booker has a tough time. But also, to be fair, Micah Parsons takes that risk because we've literally already run this play. It's just not part of the stat sheet because of the timeout. So... And you can see he's just kind of like sitting, watching, and he's just going to take a gamble. Just go. Now, if Penny blocks this, really think about it. If Penny goes here, Booker can probably race to the outside against 27 and 42. But he's already gotten hit in the backfield by 11. Okay, whatever. This play fails. Okay, fine. Whatever. I can live with that on first down. Second down, oh look, this looks familiar. Same formation. Okay. We're going to run the exact same fucking play again. The exact same fucking play, and guess who makes the same fucking mistake? Eli Penny. Again, Micah Parsons is able to knife into the backfield because I know this wasn't drawn up for him to hit this linebacker and to be the lead blocker, but we're not trying to go 15 yards downfield on this play. Forget about the dude in the end zone. Hit the guy going into the backfield. This guy right here at the goal line needs to be your target. This guy right here, if he comes up to make a play on Booker, you got to hope that Booker runs him over at the goal line. Should he have run over 11? I don't know. Maybe. But I'd rather him run over a DB than a linebacker. And it's the same thing, man. It's the same guy making the same missed block. And if this team were really serious about being a power-running football team, they wouldn't have Eli Penny as a fullback. He's a converted running back to fullback. He's not an excellent blocker. He's just pretty good. I don't know. Frustration building inside me. And then, we line up on third down now. And this is the naked bootleg off the exact same play. I'm okay with running a naked bootleg off of a play you've run to death in certain situations, even here at the goal line. But I'm going to go through the criteria for that. One of the criteria for putting my quarterback in harm's way, and that's 100% what a naked bootleg is you do it when it's not a do or die down, where I know he'll try to do everything himself. Sure, there's fourth down in the situation, but if there's second down, if this is second down, I believe Jones would try to leg this out to the pylon instead of trying to fight through two guys. I'm not at all shocked on third down that he tries to do too much here. And there's nothing really to break down about this play. So I'll just run it and we'll discuss this. The other criteria is when to run a naked bootleg, when the play is successful, when you ran it beforehand. We lined up to run this play and it looked like it would work, but Dallas called timeout. That sucks. I get it, and I get trying to run it on first down anyway, but it doesn't work, at least partially due to execution. It doesn't work a third time. Dallas has shown they're not afraid of this play. There's only a minor threat of it working. Maybe. I don't know. Running something else, anything else. The third criteria is that the defense is biting on the play super aggressively. Not once. In all of the times that the Giants ran this play in this drive, the Dallas lose backside contained by screaming of the edge. And by that, I mean 14, 59. These guys right here, they play assignment football. They're not trying to cheat and go over the top and leave their assignment. You can see it. Stays in place. Knives to look at it. They're all staying in contain. There is 0% chance that this is going to work. 0% chance. This bootleg then becomes a foot race, and you have your tight end as your left tackle. By the way, that's why Kyle Rudolph can't run a route after making an initial bad block on this play. He's not an eligible receiver. In what world is running a bootleg with your tight end as your left tackle going to be the smart play to run? I have no idea. And, this play just devolved into relying on Jones's athleticism. What idiot called this? Oh, right. And then the most frustrating thing is that on 4th and goal from the 1, here, you want to know what my analysis is for this play? Oh, is that all we needed to do? We ran it to 4th down just to try that one time. Try a different play once. Okay. Well, congratulations. This drive had everything that encapsulates the first quarter or third or whatever portion of the year that's passed. We got DJ doing everything he can, Nate Solder single-handedly ruining this offense, Barkley out due to injury, Kadarius Toney basically being the main engine to this offense, and we topped it off with a piss-poor, stupid red zone play calling that ended with a touchdown, but at what cost? It doesn't seem to matter that we've changed up what goes on between the 20s and it's working. It's in the red zone that we need to score, and it's not even happening. I look at the play and I ask what we're trying to accomplish. Whatever. I'm frustrated with this. Thanks for watching. You guys are the best. See you all Friday. Go Giants.